Justin Horner was driving down a busy freeway in Portland, Oregon in 2011 when his tire blew up. Justin pulled over to repair his tire. He discovered that he had a spare, but he needed a jack. So he made some big signs that said he needed help, put them in his car's rearview window, and waited on the side of the road. For 3 hours, nobody stopped. Then, right around the time that he was about to give up to try and maybe hitchhike home, a van pulled up. Out of the van bounded an entire migrant working family. They were a seasonal agricultural migrant family in Oregon picking fruit during the harvest. They didn't speak any English except for their youngest daughter, who was probably 5 or 6 years old, and she spoke only a little bit of English. Without saying a word, they just immediately set about helping. The father unloaded his jack and brought it to the wheel well of the tire that needed to be replaced. It was apparent right away that his jack would be too small, but the father was undeterred. The man seemed to know exactly what to do next. First, he went to the back of his van and returned with a saw. Then, the father found a big log on the side of the road and cut a section out of it. Then the father and his son rolled the wood over to the car, put it under the jack, and managed to lift the car. Now, they just had to remove the busted wheel. The father handed Justin his lug wrench, and Justin started twisting on the bolts of the tire. But the wrench was flimsy, and before he knew it, he broke it. "I just stripped the head clean off it," said Justin. The father took it from Justin and handed it to his wife. They had a short conversation, and she got in their van and took off. It was explained to Justin by the little daughter that her mom was going to the store to buy a new wrench, and the mom was back in no time. When she returned with the wrench, they were able to get the wheel off, and they were able to get the spare on with no problems. When they finished, the mom produced this big water jug. Justin said, the kind that you would dump on a coach at the end of a winning football game. With it, they were able to wash their hands and refresh themselves. Justin continued to thank them and thank them and thank them. He tried to give them money. All he had on him was a $20 bill. They had been there helping him for over an hour now, and they had to buy a new wrench Justin had broke off trying to get the lug nuts off his busted tire. The father wouldn't take the money. The mother wouldn't take the money. Finally, Justin just shoved the money into the hand of the mother and refused to take it back as he walked away. And it was when I walked away, said Justin, that their little girl called out and asked if I was hungry. In fact, yes, I was starving, he said. Justin had just been on the way to lunch when he had the blowout. The little girl brought Justin a tamale from their cooler and thanked me. Justin thanked her, and the little girl and her family jumped in the car and just took off. And as they were trying to get into traffic, Justin unwrapped the tamale and saw his $20 bill was in a tamale wrapper. Justin immediately ran up to the van, still trying to get into the traffic. The father rolls down the window when he sees him, wondering what else might be wrong. Justin has the $20 bill in his hand and is repeating, "Por favor, por favor, por favor." The father puts his hand up to refuse it, and with a smile says in broken English, "Today you, tomorrow me." He gave Justin a final wave, rolled up the window, drove off into the road, and took off. The last thing Justin saw was his daughter in the back, just waving goodbye. Justin never saw that little girl or her family ever again. Now, what is our takeaway lesson here today, Darren Daily community? I think it is this. It's a reminder. Everyone can become vulnerable, given the situation. Everyone, at some point, will need help. Today, it might be somebody else. Tomorrow, it might be you. So maybe it's a good idea to start banking some karmic chips. Think about it. What is an extraordinary act of kindness that you can pay another today? Jot down some thoughts in your Darren Daily journal and share them in the comments below to inspire some ideas for others. And hey, one extraordinary act of kindness that you can do for sure is pay this message forward to another. Share this Darren Daily with all those that you have reached with. Maybe we can start a kindness ripple because today, it might be somebody else, but tomorrow, it might be you.